Hi amigos, I hope you're all having a wonderful and fabulous day. Thank you so much for joining me because I have a brand new handbag new to my collection that I'm super excited to share with you guys. I have actually already been using this bag and I have been loving it. You know, used is a new, as they say. The handbag comes from Fashionphile and it comes in here, and I'm beyond happy to finally share it with you guys and show you what comes inside. Quick little backstory before I share with you the new item that I added into my collection. This is a handbag that I happened to see at Fashionphile, and this has been a few months ago. I think probably maybe, I don't know, March. The Tres Amigas, we reunited. We actually went to Austin for the day and we went to pick up, I think, Dee Dee's bag. And then while we were there, Deline ended up seeing a really pretty Chanel pink bag, which she's already revealed on her channel. But when I walked in, as I was browsing around, there was a really beautiful handbag that caught my eye from Fendi, as you've seen in the thumbnail. And I could not, you know, get that handbag out of my mind because I absolutely fell in love with the color. And so they happened to be running a 10% you know, promotion that day, discount while we were there in store, and I ended up putting the handbag on reserve. And so I was paying on it, and then on our anniversary in Cinco de Mayo weekend, we were out near Dripping Springs, which is not that far from Austin. And so on the way home, we ended up going into Austin, picking up the handbag. And while we were there, I was trying on some mini Constance bags because I have a Constance on my wish list. And so I was trying a handbag that they actually happen to have in store, because last few times I've gone in, they didn't have any. But I was actually able to pick up this handbag, and comes in this really big, you know, Fashionphile box: shop, sell, repeat, which is my motto lately. I need to start to sell a lot of stuff in my collection that hasn't been used. But right now, I guess they're doing their promo where if you purchase a handbag, I think over a specific amount, they give you the actual handbag cleaning kit. So I got this Renew by Fashionphile. So it's pretty cool because she was like, here, she goes, we're going to go ahead and throw this in for picking up your handbag. So it's really nice. You actually get microfiber cloth, handbag conditioner, and handbag cleaner. So pretty cool. So nice little thing that they threw in as a pilon for buying my handbag or picking it up there in store. The handbag comes in here. I'm beyond thrilled. And let's go ahead and just show you the new bag in my collection. We have the, of course, Fashionphile dust bag. And new to me is this lovely lady. This is my lovely new Fendi baguette handbag in the most absolutely divine neutral color. I'll put in an image of my unbagging, my little reveal when I was actually taking off the tag for this handbag. But they had this handbag way up at the top, and when I saw it, I was like, can you bring that down? Because I thought the color was absolutely gorgeous. And this is in the color Camellia, and it's just so nice and soft. And so this is my second one in the collection, because you can see that I have my beautiful Tiffany blue color back there. But I thought this was just a nice, beautiful color. It's not too dark of like a taupe. It's not too beigey like a beige. And she was in really good condition. She was in really good condition. I think they had her marked as like good, but when I was inspecting it and looking it over, you know, there was nothing really wrong with the bag at all. It had like a teeny tiny like little mark at the bottom, and so when I went to pick it up, they got the mark out actually from the handbag, which was really good. But of course, you have the nice same color tonal interior on the inside of the bag. They actually threw in an additional Fashionphile dust bag, and then of course your traditional you know, black cloth material. the little back pocket, and then of course the really pretty strap that you can use it, you know, over the shoulder or crossbody. But for my frame, it's going to sit, you know, quite a bit higher if I were to crossbody it. But she actually fits fine, especially in a pinch. If you need to put it crossbody, you definitely can. But this is, again, the color Camellia. Can't remember if I said the color of it or not. And I had never seen this color before, and they release some really pretty colors every year. And I had been wanting to add another Fendi baguette into my collection because I do love my first one, the Tiffany one, which I ended up getting because I wanted, of course, for it to coordinate with my Rolex watch. But I had been looking at different colors, and I was like, should I add a pink? Should I add this? Should I add that? And I just hadn't pulled the trigger. And I knew for the second baguette that I was going to add into my collection, I knew it was going to be pre-loved, because unfortunately they don't retain their value, which is a shame because they're just beautiful, buttery, soft handbags. And so I knew I was going to go the pre-love route for my second one if I wanted to add another one into my collection. And I had just not, you know, couldn't pull the trigger on all the ones that I would always see. I was always watching them, you know, on Fashionphile. But then when I saw this color, I thought, man, this is really pretty because it will go with everything. This color, it has a nice undertone. See how from far away, it just has a nice undertone of a little bit of a taupe, but it's like a light taupe, and it's not too white. It's not too beigey, and it's not too dark of a brown. It's just absolutely the perfect neutral, which is why I ended up wearing this shirt, so you could see the color of it. We recently took a trip to Punta Cana on vacation, so we were there for 8 nights, and this is actually the handbag that I took with me. Because of the fact that of the size that it was, this would be one that I could easily just carry over my shoulder when we were going to dinner. This was going to be the perfect handbag that was going to go with all of my outfits that I took. It was going to be easy for me to just open it up, to pull my like passports out and everything that I took with me, and I could throw it over the shoulder with this strap if I needed to, like in a pinch. Especially as we were kind of like walking through the airport or whatever, and it wasn't so big or bulky that I could then throw it, you know, in my other carry-on bag, because I took that little base like travel bag with me, and so I threw this in there, you know, as we were having to like get on to the plane or whatever. But the color was just absolutely gorgeous, and it just went with everything. And I have not changed out of this handbag since I took it with me on vacation, and we left on June 30th on vacation, and I have not changed out of this handbag. I literally just took everything out just for the sake of doing my little reveal, but it fits everything that I need. What I'm going to put in here is exactly what I took with me on vacation. I took my little Chanel little card case. I mean, this I threw in, of course, my keys, because when we came back and I'm driving, my readers, 2 lippies. I have my little Calvi card holder, and I have my little matching Chanel, you know, case. So, and my sunglasses. I would fit my sunglasses in here as well as my little Chanel mirror. So all of this fit in here perfectly. That's exactly what I took, minus my keys. And then I had my passport, my Louis Vuitton passport cover with both of our passports. And it just fit exactly what I needed. Now, especially for someone like myself, right? Because this is a you can use this crossbody in a pinch, but for someone in my frame size, it's going to fit a bit, you know, it's going to sit higher on your body frame just because it's not a really long strap. So if I wanted to use it crossbody, see how it sits higher up here? So it's kind of like sitting right, you know, at your bust line for me, especially if I wanted to throw it, you know, over my shoulder. But this worked, especially as we were having to go through like the airport, because we had to go through Atlanta, and it's really huge. During the trip, we weren't going to be doing a lot of like excursions, but in case we did, I wanted to be able to use this handbag crossbody just in case, you know, I needed to. And it just so happens that we went to the Hard Rock Casino, because that casino was not too far from where we were staying. And I happened to pack my Valentino rock stud guitar strap with me. And this is camo print, of course. And I got these at Nordstrom Rack when they were like $100. They seriously marked these down to like $100, and I regret not buying anymore. But it worked perfect because I was like, I can actually clip this on to my handbag, and it worked perfectly. And this was the perfect color because it's so neutral. It just blended really, really well. You can see it. You can see the camo on the underside, and it just worked perfect for me. See how this comes down to my waist with this guitar strap. It was the perfect thing for me to take with me to use this handbag crossbody as we were walking around in the casino, and if I needed to use it crossbody around the resort, I could. But we left the resort only once, and this was the perfect strap to attach to my Fendi baguette so that I could use this crossbody. It just worked perfectly. It absolutely worked perfectly. And this has been like the best handbag. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, do I want to add more into my collection? It's the best color ever, Camellia. And this is my nice fun one. It's not one that I'm always going to wear all the time, but this one just goes with everything. So it was great to just take into the restaurants when we would go to dinner. This fits in my tote bag when I go into the office. And I'll tell you, when I got it, I thought, oh my gosh, I almost regret it for a bit because I thought, crap, I bought that Carolina Herrera handbag. And I was really thinking like, oh my God, the colors are rather similar. I'm like, oh, so I was regretting for a bit having, made the purchase on it. But then when we went to go and pick it up and I saw the color again, I was like, oh no. Now I remember why I fell in love with this bag, because of the color. Just to show the difference, see how my Carolina Herrera bag is more of a lighter, like a cray kind of a color, in Hermes cray. This is in the color Magnolia from Carolina Herrera. And then you have the Fendi baguette. So the Fendi baguette is more warmer. It has more of that taupe. They are definitely two different colors. And I even thought to almost use a strap of this one onto here, but it wasn't matching with the brown. But I remembered I had the Valentino guitar strap, and actually the Valentino guitar strap was better. It worked out a lot better on my beautiful, new to me Fendi baguette. And I got it at a good price, especially with the 10% off. We can get really good prices on Fashionphile, especially if we're watching, we're monitoring it, and as everything gets discounted. And so when I saw this one, I didn't really want to wait for it to be discounted, because I've noticed that a lot of things that they have in store, because it's there, people go in and it sells. And I absolutely fell in love with the color, and I do not regret buying it at all. And I got a good price on it because of the 10% discount. The unfortunate thing for the seller who sold off this handbag to Fashionphile has to make a profit. And so of course they're always gonna at least double what they paid for the item, what they bought it for from the seller, because they've got to allow for like the discounts, right? When I was making the transaction to make the reserve for this handbag, the manager at the store happened to flip the screen because she was online trying to see if there was another Fendi baguette, same color, on their site. When she flipped the screen, I could see how much they paid the seller for this handbag. So it's kind of sad to see how much Fashionphile lowballs you for the items that you're selling off to them, because they've got to make their profit, right? So they ended up paying the seller for this handbag. They ended up paying the seller $1,000 for it, which is kind of crazy, because this handbag retailed for a heck of a lot more than double that. But I got it at a really, really good price, especially with that 10% discount. So I'm just glad that they had it, and this color has been absolutely divine. It's been working perfectly with everything in my wardrobe. It's the absolute most best color, and I'm glad I waited, and I'm glad that they actually had this color, because it's absolutely gorgeous. So do I recommend these Fendi baguettes? Yes, I do, but I do recommend that you get them, I think, for me, on the resale market. I think that's going to be your best bet. The first one, I got it through Saks because that was my very, very first one, but now I know better. Highly recommend you get these on the pre-loved market, because I think you can get a really, really good deal on some in really excellent condition. And this one goes really well with my little Fendi Domino sneakers. Isn't that cute? I love it. And it goes well with the other Fendi slides that I got last year during Luxmas that I shared with you guys. They have like navy and actually this kind of same material, like a neutral color. It goes perfectly with it. So I've been using the heck out of the shoes to go with my lovely little brand new to me Fendi baguette. Absolutely gorgeous. So glad I got it. Just so much fun. And I'm enjoying it. Fits what I need to fit. And I have the versatility to use my little Valentino strap on it when I need to, especially if I know I'm going to be going on a trip or I'm going to be going out on a little shopping excursion. I can definitely use it crossbody. But it was really, really great. Great condition. So soft. Moldable to the body frame. Absolutely, absolutely love this new little Fendi baguette. Thanks for joining me on today's little show and tell for my lovely new little Fendi baguette. I hope y'all have a wonderful and blessed day, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until next time, bye-bye. Adios.